say anything more about the explosion in Venezuela that you mentioned in a radio interview? Did the military do that? Can you share more details about that?
Well, it doesn't matter, but there was a major explosion in the dock area where they load the boats up with drugs.
As US-Venezuela tensions escalate, Donald Trump may have inadvertently revealed his own spy agency's role in a covert operation on Venezuelan soil. Earlier this month, an explosion reportedly hit a remote dock on Venezuela's coast that US officials believe was used by the Tren Aragua criminal group to move drugs by sea, according to CNN. The strike was described as the first known US land operation inside Venezuela in recent years, significantly raising the stakes in the anti-drug campaign. The operation had not been officially disclosed before the US president himself spoke publicly about it in a media interview. Trump first acknowledged the strike on December 26 during an appearance on WABC radio, breaking the administration's silence. He said that the United States had destroyed a big plant or facility where ships come from, hinting at a maritime support hub. A few days later, Trump added that the target was really an implementation area for drug boats, linking it more explicitly to trafficking. However, when pressed on which US agency carried out the attack, Trump replied, "I don't want to say," declining to name the operator.
Can you say anything more about the explosion in Venezuela that you mentioned in a radio interview? Did the military do that? Can you share more details about that?
Well, it doesn't matter, but there was a major explosion in the dock area where they load the boats up with drugs. They load the boats up with drugs, so we hit all the boats, and now we hit the area. It's the implementation area. That's where they implement, and that is no longer around.
Is that the only strike that the U.S. has done?
I don't want to comment on it.
Despite that public coyness, US officials later told the Wall Street Journal that the CIA had carried out the drone strike on the Venezuelan site. Sources cited by CNN said US Special Operations Forces had provided intelligence support to the mission behind the scenes. US Special Operations Command, however, publicly denied that its forces had provided any intelligence support for the strike. The attack came after Trump's authorization in October for covert action inside Venezuela, expanding the toolkit available against traffickers. Trump has repeatedly accused the Venezuelan government of sending drugs and criminals into the United States, using that language to justify a tougher line. Former officers told the Wall Street Journal there was near-universal dismay inside the intelligence community at Trump's decision to speak so openly. Ex-CIA operations officer Mark Polymeropoulos said the president had disclosed what almost certainly counted as intelligence community covert action. Polymeropoulos said, and I quote, "There was near-universal dismay among former intelligence officials that President Trump chose to disclose what almost certainly was intelligence community covert action." Unquote. At the same time, Ryan Berg of CSIS suggested Trump might have chosen to reveal the strike partly to increase pressure on Venezuelan President Nicolas Maduro, according to the same report. Democratic Senator Chris Murphy blasted the operation as part of what he called an insane war in Venezuela that risks escalation. Murphy argued the strike has nothing to do with direct US security, claiming most Venezuelan cocaine flows go to Europe rather than the US market. Critics say Trump is sidestepping Congress by leaning on intelligence agency authorities instead of using overt military force that would trigger debate, the Wall Street Journal reported. Analyst Jeff Ramsey told Wall Street Journal that CIA-run strikes allow the administration to dodge hard questions about authorizing warlike actions abroad. However, Ramsey warned that hitting low-level drug targets may do little to change Maduro's calculations or his grip on power in Caracas.